The next session, the Ayurveda says that if you can digest what you eat, you don't require a medicine because all the nutrients are there in the food that we eat. So nutrition and diet are very, very critical areas of your own personal health. So our next speaker, Vidhushi Agarwal, doctor, is a dietitian, is a nutritionist, but she's going to talk about a very pertinent topic, which is cancer, breast cancer awareness. She's done a lot of work in nutrition. Plus, I have a father who's a homeopathic doctor, and she's a homeopathic doctor also. So the difference between homeopathy and allopathy is, in allopathy, there's one medicine for cold. But in homeopathy, which is a German medicine practice, there are at least 200 different kinds of cold medicines. So when does your nose get blocked? Inside the house, outside the house? How did you get the cold? Was it dust oriented? Was it cold oriented? AC oriented? Or what was it? So that's how combining the best of the medicines with the best of nutrition is Dr. Agarwal. And she's going to talk about a very, very important topic on breast cancer awareness. Over to her.
In fact, liked Firdaus when she said morning, and I'm very well known in my hospital. When I go to the hospital, whether it is evening or whether it is morning, I always say good morning. So many a times, my staff, they will smile and say good afternoon, good evening, but then I say morning is when you get up, you're fresh in the morning. So while at work, you have to be fresh all the time. The energy that you have in the morning, you definitely don't have it in the afternoon or in the evening. So when you say happy morning or when you say healthy morning, you're fresh all the time, and that is what we need to be at work. So I actually, before I start with the breast cancer awareness, the reason I'm just trying to build up a small story because it's very necessary for us to get into why breast cancer awareness is really, really so important. As again, Firdaus said that we are all superwomen. Of course, we are not superwomen. I'm sorry to say, but I've just collected some points from everybody, and I'm just trying to build up a story on that. If we prioritize our work, if we schedule our work, we will have a lot of time. When do we don't have time? We don't have time when we do not schedule our work, when we do not prioritize our work, when we do not write down our work. If we prioritize, we have sufficient time. We have sufficient time for ourselves, not only for work at home, but for our own health. I'm sure we all would be doing a financial planning for ourselves, that how much wealth we need to build 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line, 15 years down the line. We want to buy a house or we want to go for a holiday. But why don't we prioritize our health? Our health is equally important. And as we know, in a family, what is a woman's role? A woman's role is very, very extremely important. If anything happens to the woman of the house, okay, the entire house shatters. If we go to see today's scenario, where there are nuclear families, there's husband, wife, and only children. If the woman of the house, say, suffers from any kind of disease, okay, the woman is the person who manages the entire house very, very effectively. She can manage everything, but what if she falls ill? Cooking goes for a toss, managing children goes for a toss, who will send the children to the schools, who will make their tiffins, everything goes for a toss. A man cannot do that. A man finds it very difficult. So it is very important for the woman of the house to be extremely healthy. It is very, very important. So the only person who is going to save you is you yourself. When you prioritize your own health, when you prioritize your own health, you prioritize your family's health as well. Because if you are sick, your family will be sick. So let's see why breast cancer awareness is important. Now let's understand, breast cancer is one of the cancers, not only in India, but across the world, which is the topmost cancer affecting women. In 2017, this cancer is known to cause the maximum mortality in India. There are various other cancers, but breast cancer tops all of them. About 25 to 32% of all females suffer from breast cancer. And it is increasing in younger age. The reason it is increasing in younger age is because the kind of nutrition or diet that we are taking. the unhealthy diet. The other thing is there is late presentation. Now, why is there late presentation? Let's understand, as many of us have spoken, that we always prioritize our families. We don't prioritize ourselves. So if we have a little pain here and there, we say, okay, chalta hai, let it be. We'll take care of it later on. We'll take care of it later on, right? And when the pain is unbearable, then we go to a gynac, then we go to a doctor, and by the time you're already in 3rd or 4th stage of cancer, and it is very difficult to survive. Lack of awareness in screening. As I said, that we are not aware even of the basic symptoms, that what breast cancer symptoms are. And because we keep ignoring, it extends from 1st stage to 2nd stage to 3rd stage, and so on. There are about 2,000 new cases of breast cancer diagnosed every day. 1,200 are detected at later stages. In 2017, highest mortality rate in India was because of breast cancer awareness. Now let's understand further. If we do not take care today, breast cancer is going to be just double by, this is what the statistics say, that by next year end, by 2020, the breast cancer cases will be almost double. 1 in 22 women are affected in India by breast cancer, and for every 2 women who are suffering from breast cancer, 1 of them die. So it is high time that before it further, it is already a kind of epidemic that is happening. So before it goes further, we need to definitely take care about it. And in India, the survival rate between 2010 to 2014, as per the statistics available, was just 66.1%, wherein if it is diagnosed in time, the survival rate can be 98%. So imagine, only because we are not aware about it, the survival rate is 66.1%. And as per the studies, that is by the Asia Pacific Journal of Clinical Oncology, Delhi is the highest in breast cancer mortality, followed by Chennai, Bangalore, and then Thiruvananthapuram. Now let's understand what are the causes of breast cancer. Of course, first is unhealthy diet, which we are not following in the daily life. Obesity, these days we see a lot of people are obese, and of course that there are 2 main reasons: unhealthy diet and lack of exercise, the kind of change in lifestyle that we are having. I will not go very far behind, just about 15 or 20 years back, okay, to buy a bread of 1.5 rupee, we would walk about 2 kilometers. And today, even if we have to buy, say, we want to get a croissant strip of 10 rupees, the pharmacy guy will tell you, I will deliver it at home, right? So this is the kind of difference that we are having in the lifestyle. About 15 years back, elevators were hardly there in any kind of buildings from the Mumbai city where I come. Today, even if you have to go to the 1st floor, everybody wants to take an elevator. Okay, earlier to take a bus, you had to walk down 1 kilometer. Today, everybody has a car, or you just order on Ola, and an Ola or an Uber, which comes just below your house. You get into your office and you go and sit at your desk. So what is the kind of physical activity that we guys are having today? Nil. We work late hours, and then we say we do not have the time to go to the gym. We do not have time to walk, and that is where, you know, these apps have come where they tell you at least walk 10,000 steps a day, and people have now started to realize and started walking 10,000 steps a day, some of them. Secondly, some of the procedures where, because we are having late marriages, we are having late children, so ladies are unable to, you know, become pregnant. So procedures like IVF, where a lot of hormones are inserted inside the female body, they are also another cause of which are enhancing or which are causing breast cancer. Now, what are the causes of late diagnosis? As I earlier said, it is basically lack of awareness and shyness that we still have in the Indian you know, scenario, where even today the lady of the house is shy to talk about her complaints to whether be it her husband, whether be it her father or her brother, anybody. So I'm happy that there are a lot of men here. You know, we need to break this gap of shyness between the men and women, where a lady should be free to talk to any male counterpart, be it her father, husband, brother, son, that yes, I'm suffering from this kind of complaint and I need to go to the doctor. And the male counterpart should also not, you know, say, okay, we'll go later. No, the male counterpart should also take them to the doctor immediately. Let's understand what could be the kind of expenses when it is diagnosed late. Okay, so from stage 0 to 1, if it is a private hospital, the expense could be anywhere between say 6 lakhs to 20 lakhs. If it is a government hospital, the expense could be anywhere between 2.5 lakhs to 3.5 lakhs, and for later stages, the expense of the disease doubles up. Okay, so why not we try and diagnose it in the initial stage itself? Success rate of treatment, if it is diagnosed in the stage 1, it's of course definitely 98% success. Stage 2 is 93%, stage 3 72%, and stage 4 is just 22%, which is where, you know, ladies are getting late diagnosed, and many of them are just not surviving. Let's see some common complications, or why is this happening? You know what, if I'm diagnosed with cancer, if even my neighbor comes to know, what impression will she have on me? Or what will my, my relatives think I'm suffering from cancer? It's nothing great. Today, people are suffering from diseases. We are an open society. Don't shy away. Don't be depressed if you're suffering from the disease. Open up and speak up. So now let's see how can we be aware about it, or what can we do to, to early diagnose it. First and foremost, let's understand what are the different screening procedures. First is self-screening or self-examination, right? Second is clinical examination or clinical diagnosis. And then third is later or advanced screening. So how can we understand that we may be suffering from some kind of symptoms? So we need to understand how can we examine ourselves. When we are at home, we can either stand in front of the mirror, or while lying down on the bed, we can definitely examine ourselves. Okay, the hand should be up when we are examining ourselves. And when we are examining our breast, the opposite hand will examine the opposite breast. So when we are examining the right breast, the left hand will examine the right breast, and the right hand will examine the left breast. Okay. Now, how do we need to examine? We need to go from top to bottom, bottom to top, sideways, and in a circular motion. So what happens is, we do not leave any area of the breast that we are not examining, because lump can be in any area of the breast. It is not necessary that it will be on the right side or the left side. It can be in any area. There could be a discharge, there could be a discoloration of the skin. So we need to look out for symptoms. So let's see, and we need to examine with the tips of the fingers, Now what could be the signs and symptoms? Every one of us know what is the color of the skin around the breast, right? So sometimes we have a rash, sometimes we have a skin color change. So initially, if it is a rash, we might not think, okay, it's a breast cancer or something. We take some kind of medicine for it, right? So after taking the medicine, even within 4-5 days, the rash goes away, and after stopping the medicine, again if the rash comes back, so that could be one symptom or one sign, one of them, okay? If it is just that, it does not mean that we have breast cancer, but it is just one sign or symptom that we could be having breast cancer. Secondly, when we examine ourselves, there could be a lump. The lump may be painful or it may not be painful, but that could be a second sign of or a symptom of breast cancer. Now, when we are examining ourselves, there could be a possibility that there is a discharge from the nipple, okay? When there is a discharge, it could be a plain discharge, it could be a sticky discharge, it could be a bloody discharge, any kind of discharge. Basically, milk is supposed to come, or any kind of discharge is supposed to come only when a female delivers a child in the form of milk. Post that, if there is any kind of discharge, which means it's an abnormality. So we need to look into it. Then the next thing, when we meet somebody and if they have a dimple on the cheek, they look very cute, right? But if the same dimple comes on the breast, then it is not cute. It is another sign, or it is another symptom which could be of breast cancer. Then, then generally we know that the nipples are pulled out. Now, if these nipples are inverted or they are pulled in, which means that this could be also another sign of breast cancer, and of course the change in the shape or the size of the breast. So if you have any of the two symptoms, then you should definitely go for a clinical checkup, Now, what does a clinical checkup involve? The clinical checkup basically involves a clinical examination by a gynec and a mammogram, which will basically tell you whether you have breast cancer or no. And when you are doing a self-examination, so what happens is definitely you will come to know in the initial stages, but remember that you should not shy away to go to a doctor. So these are the tests for diagnosis, as I said. For self-awareness, self-breast examination. For basic screening methods, it's clinical examination by the gynecologist or by the oncologist, then a mammogram, a breast ultrasound, and if then the gynecologist or the oncologist suggests, then of course there are a variety of tests that we need to definitely do. So this was all about breast cancer, and definitely this presentation I've been doing amongst a lot of corporates, amongst a lot of even Adivasis and other kind of people, all kind of society members. So in case if you want this kind of awareness to happen in your college, in your larger groups, I'm always available. I do it pan-India basis because this is a very important topic where all females definitely need to get together and fight against breast cancer. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to India's first corporate news channel. We invite interviews, articles, press releases from your organization. Visit our portal www.indianconventions.com. Thank you.